Hello, welcome. Welcome. This is the global community for adults who are healing CPTSD, also referred to often as early childhood trauma or developmental trauma, sometimes referred to as developmental trauma disorder or attachment trauma. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Athena. I'm going to facilitate our time together tonight. And I'm so very, very, very grateful to be here right beside you. And if you are here and you're listening to this on a replay, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all of your kind messages. Thank you for all of your notes. Thank you very, very much for choosing to access this resource, even if you're unable to be here with us when we have our weekly open discussion group. We are on week 3 of our series that we're doing on Pete Walker's most recent book titled Holistically Treating Complex PTSD, a 6-dimensional approach. And I gotta say, it's been very soothing, very eye-opening, very validating, and just so well done as per usual with everything that Pete Walker does. So thank you for your presence, and thank you for those of you who have chosen to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And thank you to those of you who show up here for our live discussions. Thank you for any comments or if you choose to vote on the videos. Anytime you choose to interact in any way, it lets YouTube know that we are doing important work, life-giving work. We're bringing important work into the world, and we just truly want for as many of us as possible to experience a felt sense of safe enoughness here in community with one another every week. And we've all been showing up here together about every week for almost 11 years now. So for those of you who have been here this whole time, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for healing right beside me. And I'll go ahead and I just want to pause and say hello to everyone who's here. And I'm going to post a link in the chat box. There's also a link in the description section of this video. This YouTube channel is made possible by you, specifically you who are together with us away from social media, over in a private community where we're able to be together and feel seen and heard and valued and understood, and basically just sort of, do life together. So here is a link if you'd like to join us, and if not, that's okay too. I'll be here next Monday and every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hello, Jeffrey Sherman. I'm waving back to you with hearts and smiles. Hello, Natalia. Hello, Jen. Hello, Ninja Taco. So good to see you, recovery buddy. Hello, Skylight at Dusk. Hello, Craig. I'm hugging you right back. Thank you for being here. Yeah, what are the crowns? What's going on, YouTube? I want a crown. Why don't I get a crown? That's okay. Hello, John Harvey. A special thank you to John Harvey and Ninja Taco, who are our Blue Wrench crew. It is because of you keeping our chat box a safe enough place for our community to gather together and connect with one another that we're able to experience the power of community on a weekly basis. So hello to you, Kitty. So glad to see you. Ooh, Jeffrey Sherman says I finally got some of the books on CPTSD on Kindle. That's amazing. I'm so glad. Let us know which ones you love. And let us know which ones you don't love. That way we don't read those ones. Or you know what? I mean, there are 8 billion of us, right? So each book out there in the world is bound to reach someone, but I'd love to know what works for you specifically because I care about you and your healing journey specifically. Hello, Candida. Yes, those crowns are definitely new. Hello, Kate. Good to see you, family. You are very, very welcome. You are welcome. Hello, AJ. We're warmly welcoming you. Are we welcoming you back? This isn't your first time with us, is it? I'm not meeting you for the first time. I feel like I've met you before. Welcome, welcome, regardless. Hello to Adria Riley. It is so good to meet you. I feel like I might have met you before. You look familiar. Oh, Adria says, I've missed the last 3 weeks. I feel like I've been gone for a year. Oh, we've missed you. And you know what? We're on a little bit of a series right now that we're doing. We're openly having a weekly discussion group on Pete Walker's book. And yeah, we're so glad you're here. Tonight we're going to be talking about arrested development and reparenting some of our younger aspects of self. Hello, people unite. I'd love to say, but her voice bothers me. How old is she? Oh, I don't know. I don't know who you're talking. Oh, if you're talking about me, I'm 51 years old. And I'm so sorry if my voice bothers you. This might not be a good channel for you because you'll get me, and then a whole bunch more of me. So, but we're so grateful you're here, and you're warmly welcome here anyway. Oh, that's okay if you don't talk. That's okay. Oh, yes, reparenting. Oh, Adria, not Adria. Thank you for letting me know. Pronouncing your name correctly is important to me. Oh, thank you. Hello, Betsy. Yeah, my voice isn't for everyone. That must have been my mother. You know what? That could have been my mother. My mother used to tell me when I was young, really young, that my voice was so annoying. And so for a really long time, I would only use my voice when I was in choir singing with others, and I wouldn't speak in class because I was afraid that I was being annoying. And then, I just somehow grew out of that one day. So that might have been my mom. So, hi, Mom. If that's you. Thank you, Natalia. Hello, Empaz. Hola from Chile. Hi from Chile. Hello. Yes, and thank you to the Blue Ranch crew. Yeah. Yes, tonight we're talking about reparenting, and you know what? Tonight we're going to have a little bit of an abbreviated time together because, hello, Jennifer. Because I'm facilitating our daily recovery support tonight with the Foundation. Oh, I forgot to say, this YouTube channel is sponsored by the Foundation for Post-Traumatic Healing and Complex Trauma Research. And I'm so grateful that you are here. So I want to share with you a link to a video that Pete Walker is recommending. And before I share the link with you, let me label it. John Bradshaw reparenting link. Okay, so I'm going to read to you something that Pete says here. Oops, there we go. So I'm on page 242, and a couple of our community members last week were talking about arrested development, which is that experience that we have where we feel like we're really, really, really young, but we're trapped in an adult body because we feel so much younger, like we haven't really developed past a certain age. So this is what Pete says. Pete says reparenting is a therapeutic technique of finding ways to meet the previously unmet developmental needs of trauma survivors. And when our therapists help us to reparent sufficiently, they model and impart to us the ability to reparent ourselves. The phrase self-compassionate reparenting is a term that describes a process whereby survivors learn to remother and refather their developmentally arrested inner children. Self-parenting is effective to the extent that we, survivors, can identify and meet the unmet needs of our childhoods. Such practice aids us in developing into more complete, life-appreciating, intimacy-adept human beings. Now, I want to pause right there, and I just want to point out the words that Pete Walker uses to describe what it is that we could be searching for. He says that this practice that we're going to be talking about this week and next week on reparenting is all about helping us to develop into more complete, life-appreciating, intimacy-adept human beings. So I'm not sure about you because I'm not you, but for me, I am willing, enthusiastic, and able to participate in anything that is going to help me appreciate life more and be able to understand and participate in appropriate intimacy with other human beings. Now, this isn't necessarily romantic intimacy. It's a feeling of connectedness that is really special and felt. So, for instance, when I come here and I spend time with our community every single Monday, for me, it is a very intimate experience. It's you and I sitting together. We're spending time with one another. Over time, we've gotten to know one another over the last decade or more. Or even if you've only been here for a few years, like we've gotten to know one another. There's a certain level of intimacy that goes into connecting with other human beings. So Pete is saying here that self-compassionate reparenting, if we choose to participate in this, it can help us develop into more complete human beings, into more life-appreciating human beings, and into more intimacy-adept human beings, meaning that we don't run away from intimacy, but rather we're able to actually tolerate it and enjoy it, and we experience it in ways that feel safe enough and actually enjoyable. So there is a footnote here that he puts that I want to make sure that I share with you before we go any further, and before I share with you the John Bradshaw YouTube video that Pete Walker's recommending. Pete says here at the bottom of page 242, he says, "Let me note here that many people, therapists, survivors, innocent bystanders, respondents to my website, and I are or were initially dubious or hesitant about the notion of inner child work. Pressuring a survivor to do reparenting work can damage trust in the therapeutic relationship. Nonetheless, I find that as recovery work progresses, many survivors subtly open into embracing self-reparenting work, and they find it powerfully healing. And he goes on to say this is especially true when they experience a sophisticated, guided meditation experience of connecting with their inner child. And in my opinion, this is Pete Walker speaking, he says, no one does this type of meditation more therapeutically than John Bradshaw. Here is an exceptional YouTube link to John Bradshaw's Homecoming #3, Reclaiming Your Inner Infant. I'm putting the link in the chat box now. There you are. And I will close with what Pete Walker says here. He says, if the therapist or the survivor has a strong reaction against this notion, it is best to bypass working with this process unless or until something internally shifts in them that encourages them to explore it. Inner child work is not necessarily crucial to achieving good enough recovery. Before I could accept the notion of an inner child, I effectively conceptualized my reparenting work as simply attending to my unmet developmental needs. I now take this approach with survivors who feel skeptical about the concept of having inner child work or having an inner child. He says, eventually I was lucky enough to convincingly experience my inner child at a John Bradshaw workshop with 500 other attendees at one of his homecoming seminars. About 100 of the attendees were male. I was greatly moved to see most of the men crying in self-compassion during the pinnacle of the experience. This was way more than the sum total of all the men I had ever seen cry. Now I'm going to pause there, and I just want to intentionally sit with you in this moment, and I feel like I want to repeat something that I say quite often, almost every week, and on the weeks I don't say it, then I'm thinking it. So everything we share here on this YouTube channel is an invitation and not an expectation. I really want to say that again. Everything we share here, and in anything we do at the foundation, everything is an invitation and not an expectation. So, as Pete Walker said, if the idea of meeting your own unmet developmental needs is not something you're open to, or if the idea of an inner aspect of self that may be young, like a child, if that is not something you're open to, that's okay. You can, as they say in the 12-step rooms, you can take the best and leave the rest. Right? Yeah. So, just wanted to make sure that you could hear me loud and clear when I share that with you, because the last thing I would want is for you to feel as though your experience here with us in this beautiful space that has been curated especially for you, with you in mind. The last thing I would want is for you to feel pressured to experience something that is not something that you are open to or curious about, right? So we're going to talk more next week about this idea of restoring some key facets of our developmentally arrested cognition, which is just fancy verbiage for we're going to talk more about those areas in our brain and in our lives where we might have a not so healthy self-narrative. So kind of like last week when we were going over the Human Bill of Rights, there were so many of us that felt very confronted by some of these rights because we didn't know that they were birthrights, right? So in alignment with that, there are some thoughts that we have about ourselves that may or may not be very healthy, and we didn't think them up ourselves, we learned them. And if we learned them from the same individuals we were entrusted to, who were dysfunctional, neglectful, abusive, exploitative, and otherwise unfit to be raising a human, then it might do us well to just glance at our inner dialogue, just glance at some of the things we have been embracing and thinking about, and like the rules we've been following, in air quotes, some of the principles, the fundamentals. We might not be aware of some of the things that we have available to us. We might not know what the tools are because we didn't have access to the toolbox, and we might not know what the choices are because the choices were taken away. So we're going to talk more about that next week, and I'm going to end our time together tonight because I have to end a little bit early because I'm facilitating another group. I'm going to end for you tonight. I want to invite you. This is just an invitation, not an expectation. I want to invite you to glance at, sit with, contemplate, and consider what Pete Walker is sharing here with us on page 247. These are some realistic goals or wants or desires or possibilities for adults who are choosing to show up for themselves like we are here every single week and are wanting to heal from repeated relational trauma, complex trauma. Okay? So he's titled this Suggested Intentions for Recovery. And the way I framed it for me in my own healing journey is these are the possibilities. These are realistic possibilities. Okay? Number one, I want to develop a more constantly loving and accepting relationship with myself. I want an increasing capacity for self-acceptance. Number two, I want to learn to become the best possible friend to myself. Number three, I want relationships in my life that are based on love, respect, fairness, and mutual support. Number four, I want to develop full, uninhibited self-expression. I think of all the art I could create if I had full, uninhibited self-expression. Number 5, I want to attain the best possible physical health. Number 6, I want to cultivate a balance of vitality and peace. Number 7, I want to attract loving friends and loving community. Number 8, I want increasing freedom from toxic shame. Number 9, I want increasing freedom from unnecessary fear. Number 10, I want rewarding and fulfilling work. Number 11, I want peace of mind, spirit, soul, and body. Number 12, I want to increase my capacity to play and have fun. Number 13, I want room for beauty and nature in my life. Number 14, I want sufficient physical and monetary resources. Number 15, I want help, whether it is self-help, human help, or divine help. I want help to get what I need. Number 16, I want supernatural, such as God or the universe, love, grace, and blessing. Number 17, I want a balance of work, rest, and play. Number 18, I want a balance of stability and change. Number 19, I want to balance loving interaction with healthy self-sufficiency. Number 20, I want full emotional expression with a balance of laughter and tears. Number 21, I want a sense of meaningfulness. Number 21, I want a sense of meaningfulness and fulfillment. Number 22, I want effective and fair ways to deal with anger. And lastly, number 23, I want all this for each and every other human being. Yeah. Thank you all so much. Thank you for choosing to be here. Thank you for your presence in my life. Thank you for allowing me to be in your life. I appreciate you. I'm so very grateful for you. And I love each and every one of you more than chocolate cake and more than jelly donuts. Just saying. So until I see you again, either here next Monday and every Monday or over in our community, I hope you will be extra kind, patient, and gentle with yourself because you're worth it. And I'll see you soon. Good night, everybody.